What's up? What's good? What's going on? This is Jay Kraft with the Texas Eagles podcast coming at you with another episode. In today's episode, we're going to talk about this PFF ranking and do you think we got our just due with our players and how they were ranked? Also, Saquon Barkley and finally getting his flowers and being featured on the cover of Madden. And also, since the Bryce Huff experiment is over, do you now we have some freed up money? Should we go after Jaire Alexander? But without further ado, let's run it. Now, as far as this PFF ranking goes, how do you feel about it? Saying Jalen Hurts is a top five. People has been arguing about that all season, but I think he's a top three myself because he's done something that Lamar, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrows have consistently been unable to do, which is beat Mahomes. And Jalen Hurts have beat him twice in the Super Bowl, and also I played him in the regular season. So I believe, arguably, that's why I think we need to run it back because to shut some more haters up. But I think Jalen Hurts got a lot more to prove this year and to shut more haters up. And I think he's going to do that because of the leader he is and the focus that he has. Now, this next one with Saquon Barkley being ranked number 2 behind Derrick Henry is ridiculous because he's had the best season for a running back that any running back could wish for. He definitely would have beat the Eric Dickerson record for regular season, but he also overpassed what was that Terrell Davis for 2,500 yards for entire season, including the playoffs. Any running back would trade his right arm to have the season that Saquon had. And if you think about it, when the Ravens have a passing down, they take Derrick Henry out the game because his ineffectiveness in the passing game. Saquon Barkley is a part of the passing game with the Eagles, and he's better in scrimmage yards for the passing yards. So I don't see how they have him ranked behind Derrick Henry. I think that was a mistake. But the other position, AJ Brown being ranked number 1 is well deserved. Dallas Goedert number 8, Mulata number 1, Lane Johnson number 5. Well, I think he's arguably number 3 or 4. Landon Dickinson number 5. Okay, Jalen Carter, I think he should have been ranked in the top 3. And Zach Bond, they only gave him number 2 because of his 1 year at the position. So it's all right, but I definitely think that Saquon Barkley should be number 1, as well as Jalen Hurts should be number 3, based on the production. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. And it is official. Saquon Barkley will be the second Philadelphia Eagle to grace the cover of the Madden. And during all the years of Madden highlighting players since 2001, starting off with Eddie George, I do not see one Cowboy in all of these years. Now, even Odell Beckham got in there for the Giants in 2016 on the cover. We mean all these years since 2001, the Cowboys hadn't had a player worthy of gracing the cover. I need to hear from you, Cowboy Nation. What's going on with that? The Saquon Barkley is definitely worth his weight in gold. He was worth his extensions. He's worth an extra extension that he didn't even ask for after the Super Bowl. But getting on the Madden cover would definitely solidify his game and everything he's brought to the organization. And then even with Madden, they gave him a 99 rating. So I can't wait to download that game and play it. I bet he's gonna be jumping over and everything. I really want them to put the tush push on the Madden game. And if I have Madden 2025, but I really want them to put the tush push on the Madden game. See how they do that. So well deserved, Barkley. Hats off to you, man, and keep up the good work. And it is official. The Bryce Huff experiment is over. I wish it never would have happened. I wish the son Reddick would have stayed, and I wish that we would just left Huff with the Jets in the first place. But the experiment is over. It didn't work. You don't always hit on your drafts, and also don't always hit on your trades. So that trade was a bust, and I know Harvey was kicking himself when he found out it wasn't panning out and already was on the hook for $51 million. But Howard did it again and found a way to get out of that deal. We're going to trade him to the 49ers, back to his old coach, and for a mid-round pick, and save almost $8 million in cash and about $15 million in the cap room space. So I wish him a good luck. I wish he gets his turn his career around, because he didn't put out a good tape here in Philly. But I don't hate on the young man. Sometimes it don't work out. Sometimes like a bad relationship. Sometimes they work. Sometimes they don't. I don't know. But now that the Bryce Huff experiment is over and we've freed up some cap space, do you think we ought to go after Jaire Alexander? He was released a couple of days ago by the Green Bay Packers, and I think we ought to. Because we need some veteran leadership in the backfield. Since Darius Slay left and CJ left, we need some, and all the other guys are relatively young and new. I think we could use some veteran presence back there, and also, it would be a depth piece, and it could take us a notch higher to be unstoppable on the defense, because we still have a question mark on the other side of the field versus Quinyon Mitchell. And Keely Ringo is a question mark. It's his job to lose, but I still think we could use that veteran leadership. Now, only thing with Jaire Alexander, he just has to stay healthy, because he's missed 14 games in the last 2 seasons, which is not good. But his health is the main reason. But we thought that way about Barkley. When Barkley was coming to the team, everybody was talking about his health. He can't stay healthy. But Barkley, he proved everybody wrong, because he just decided to not get touched, and can't get hurt if you don't get touched. So, hey, it happens. But with Jaire Alexander, his career stats through 2024, he had 287 tackles, 241 was solo, 12 interceptions with 1 touchdown, and 70 pass defended. 4 fumble recoveries with 3 forced fumbles. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler in 20 and 22, and also a 2-time second-team All-Pro in 2020, 2022. He was also on the All-Rookie team in 2018 when he came into the league. So the thing of it is his health comes to question. I don't think his leadership or his veteran presence is going to be is without a doubt, without question, positive. But what do you think? Should we go after Jaire Alexander, or should we let one of the other teams pick him up? Because they have other teams that's showing interest, like the Browns and Seahawks. But I think we need to go and snatch him up if we can make it make sense with dollars and cents. So let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think we ought to go for? Now we have some freed up cap space. My thoughts are on wide receiver depth, because if AJ or Smitty get hurt, who do we have? I know Jahan Dotson would step up like last year, and when one of them got hurt, and Smitty moved. When AJ got hurt, Smitty moved to number 1, Jahan moved to number 2, and then we had our rookies still showing out trying to be number 3. But if one of the guys got hurt, Smitty or AJ, I think we ought to have some veteran depth presence. Some people are talking about Kyle Pitts that might be available. He's a tight end though, but sometimes the Eagles run 2 tight end sets with Goddard and another tight end. So, and we have just 4 receivers out there. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Who do you think we ought to go? Some people thinking safety, depth. That's a possibility. Who's out there for us to get? As far as wide receivers, I think Amari Cooper is available for veteran depth. I don't know if Keenan Allen might still be available for free agency. But Keenan Allen, he's 33 years old. Amari Cooper's 31. Gabe Davis at one point was available for free agency, and DJ Chark. And before I go, I still want to hear your comments. Let me know what you think about this PFF ranking of our players, and who you think we ought to go after in the that's still a free agent that's out there? And what position you think we need? And also, before I go, y'all still go get your merchandise, your Texas Eagles merchandise, the dry fit shirt fits real nice on you. Also, like I say, this video also is brought to you by Eagle Life, which is an online sports clothing store that highlights and embellishes Eagles on each of the merchandise. They have everything from hoodies to ladies wear to dresses to t-shirt dresses to all kind of athletic gear, polo style shirts, and just let us know what you're looking for and we can accommodate. But before we go, like, share, and subscribe. We definitely appreciate you supporting the channel. And also, we will definitely check back in to you next week as we get closer to the season opening. We're less than 100 days away. So without further ado, I will bid you a goodbye. Run them likes if you made it to this far in the video. That's all I have for this episode. So until next time, let's go.